Most Americans are aware of the war that our government waged against the people of Vietnam, where they carpet bombed the country with tons of Agent Orange and napalm. Less Americans know about the bombing campaign against Cambodia, which was led by the murderous war criminal Henry Kissinger, who instructed the military to bomb anything that moves. And even less Americans are aware of the secret war that the US government waged against the people of Laos, which Presidents Richard Nixon and JFK repeatedly lied to the American public about.
And dropped hundreds of millions of bombs. But all of this had to be done in secret.
I want to make it clear to the American people and to all the world that all we want in Laos is peace, not war. There are no American combat forces in Laos. We do have perhaps some other activities. I won't discuss those other activities at this time.
Representatives of these governments also repeatedly lied to the US Congress, and congressional approval was never gained for the secret war against Laos. After the Lao people freed themselves from French colonialism, with communists leading the anti-colonial struggle, the US and the USSR agreed to respect their neutrality. And for this reason, the US needed to conduct their war against communism in secret. The American government launched Operation Hotfoot, where elite American military personnel disguised themselves as researchers to set up base in Laos. They began training and arming anti-communist forces, and similar to what happened in China after the anti-colonial struggle in Laos, a civil war broke out between the CIA-backed anti-communists and the communists. And as it increasingly looked like the communists were going to win, the US launched Operation Millpond, which was their secret bombing campaign. More bombs were dropped on Laos than any other country in human history, including cluster bombs, which are known for killing and maiming civilians. This provided cover for the CIA-backed paramilitary forces who were still being heavily armed on the ground, most of which were from the impoverished Hmong community, who the US paid $3 a day to fight their war for them. It also included child soldiers as young as 10 years old. Ultimately, the communists were victorious, and Laos is a socialist country till this day. However, they're also a country that's covered in bombs because many of the bombs that the US dropped on them didn't detonate. And this is a huge safety hazard, as oftentimes Lao farmers come across bombs which then detonate and kill them. Really a horrific conflict that left a lasting scar on Laos that the US government lied about every step of the way. Remember that next time they're telling you that we need to get involved somewhere overseas.